I fucking love Megalobox, dude.
I know, right?
So good.
There's
Yes.
there's one guy in here who's never watched it yet.
Who?
Oh, I can't believe
Well,
that.
hasn't watched it yet.
No.
Why are you looking at me?
I
I'm
know
not the
he's
scrub
watched
here.
it. Yeah, I was like, wait, he's talking to me about it. You almost fucked me up a bit. Oh wait, Nick hasn't watched it.
There we go.
What? No, no.
You should change your Twitter name to
I live that shit.
I should be watching Megalobox, but I'm a fucking
I will.
idiot that isn't. Or something like that.
Yes, I will. I will
Something
get right on
a
that.
bit
Yeah.
nicer, but at the same time carrying the same tone. Somehow. Somehow. I don't know how you could do it, but you should be able to do it.
What is it? What's that thing that they said, Aloha, that you could make anything sound like a Gav / a British insult by saying absolute? So it's like you're an absolute door, or you're an absolute chair, and it sounds like something a British person would say to insult you, right?
All right.
Sure.
So, this is the Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers podcast. I am your host, Blacktron. Somehow we've been doing it, for a really long time. We're at number 1062.
20 years.
It's crazy.
Get off my lawn!
Somehow we still have Mr. Sock, Woheezy, next to me. Below me is Commander Cluck Cluck, get off my nipples. And then next to him is Nickelodeon.
Clone
Short
number
for Nick.
7 after the past 6 just died in horrible car accidents.
What's cool is, in the nick of time, we're here to talk about time skips.
I hate you so much.
He doesn't get any better, does he?
No.
It
I
sounded
hate
like
you
love to me.
so
but I'll
much.
accept it.
I feel like the past 6 versions of me killed themselves because of this.
Dude,
Oh
you know
my
what
God.
timeline you're in right now?
Some weird fucked up beta timeline where you just don't stop making puns.
That's fair.
It's like every timeline.
Well, the beta line
The
has
alternative
survived
is,
a lot.
Ayushi dying, so I
Nick,
suppose
Nick,
this is preferable.
Nick, if you want to finish, you gotta blow out the stack in your neck.
Oh, I love Altered Carbon.
All right.
That's
So,
Ayushi's
as you know, this isn't actually podcast number 1062, but it sure does feel like it. We've been doing it for a while. And we're here to talk about time skips, so we thought, what's the most clever way to do it? Let's just fuck with you and give you a random number.
time skip.
It's not actually that random, but
It's
Random
it's-
enough.
It's like half random, because there's
Yeah.
2 numbers attached to it that aren't.
If
are
you
very
can,
random.
if you can tell us the mathematical formula we use to do that, I will give you a prize.
I'll give you 1 gold.
I'll give you a $5
I'll give you
gift
one
card to
silver.
Cumberland Farms.
Yo, I would take that. I would take that. I love me some Cumberland Farms.
Nick, ladies and
10
gentlemen.
cents off your gas. Do it.
So, for me, it was really hard to think of some really interesting time skips that come to mind. And then we decided as a group we were just gonna look up some of the best time skips out there. And
Yeah, then we
some
shot
of
the
the
shit for
worst-
fucking 15 minutes, and we're like, wait a minute, guys, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah, we're using content out here. You guys are gonna miss all this great entertainment, so we're gonna talk a bit about what we've seen. One that kept coming up was Fairy Tail has the worst time skip.
Absolutely the most trash fucking time skip ever. I think I actually stopped reading it because of that time skip.
Ooh.
It seems
So-
but why is it so bad? Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't do fairy tale. So enlighten me.
Uh,
ELI5.
Hold on.
No one
I don't know
saw
what's
that.
going on.
No one
No
saw
one
I
saw
did.
that.
I saw
No one
that.
saw that.
All right, it's a great podcast already.
Penny trolling.
Professionally done.
What were we saying? Oh,
Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail.
Explain it to me like I'm 5, Loha.
I wish
Fairy
I
tale
could.
time skip.
I mean, I don't remember much, but I think. Okay, hold on. I think what happens is there's this gate that's kind of an alternate reality / timeline, some of the main characters go into it. They find themselves. Some bullshit happens. Then they try to get back to their own world, but they don't, and they come back to a future world that they don't exist in. So it's like, so their original timeline, they went to a different timeline, different universe. Then they came back to another different universe that is a different timeline from the future that they were originally from. And it's pretty fucking trash.
So there's what you just reminded me of. There's a very distinct scene in X-Men where they were getting such negative reviews about Cyclops in his current iteration. They brought him from the 90s, like him as a child in the comic, into the future to kill his old evil self in the future and then take his place. And that was their way of sweeping under the rug that. So he explains that to one of the characters. I want to say it's Red Star or something like that. And his exact response is, I hate every word of what you just said right there. And I think that's a perfect example. I hate every word of what you just said right there.
It just doesn't sound...
It doesn't sound fun.
It doesn't sound like you're even, like, correctly moving forward.
Yeah.
Like, in the story. Like, at least with a time skip, it's not just time that's moving forward, it is progression in the story itself. And if you're not using it as a correct plot device, then don't touch time. Just leave it alone.
So,
was,
Kenny, on that note...
7 years, by the way.
Ooh. That's awful. Kenny, enlighten us to one of the good ones you found, though. I want to hear this. I want to hear some of the good ones. I need something good in my life.
Nagi no Asukara, I think that was a really good one.
I didn't go through that, but I know you guys liked it.
So
Perfectly utilized.
The series, halfway through it, which I didn't even know it was halfway through. I thought it was gonna be a 12-episode anime, but it was actually a 24 one, and I was like, oh, there's 2 courses to this. But the way that they end it is, like 3 characters pretty much get stuck in the water. If you don't know, Nagi no Asukara is like there are sea people and there are people above land, and some crazy shit happens, and some of the sea people got stuck down there, and people thought they died, but they didn't. They were just frozen in time, essentially. And when they came back, they got to meet people that they grew up with as adults while they are still young. And relationships that built up early were essentially broken apart due to time.
So what was the year gap in that, then? 7 years ago?
It was like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, but they were like kids going into maturity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like puberty, that's definitely a big jump.
Yeah. So it's like very noticeable because like even one of the main girls that was that she grew up, she tried to put on her uniform from when she was younger, and it was like a pretty interesting scene to watch.
Oh my god, I remember seeing that on Reddit like a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
That brought back the memories. Yeah.
It's a good anime. You should watch it if you haven't. But
it's a good romance. That's really what it is.
Any other time skips you guys can think of right now?
So, one that we were discussing in the precast and we were trying our best not to go too much into detail about was Dragon Ball Z making a literal plot device out of time skips. And now I think is an appropriate time to discuss relativity.
It's called a time skip machine.
Yes.
The hyperbolic time skip machine.
Time machine.
It's not really a time skip machine because the time around it is going slower.
So it's a time skip. It's a localized time skip.
Yeah.
So if you're outside of it, right, then you would call it a time skip machine. Yeah?
Yes. No, absolutely. It's a localized.
Or is it when you're inside that is a time skip machine? When is it in actuality a time skip machine?
On the outside.
If you're outside.
If you're outside.
Yeah.
Skipping time.
So what do you call it inside of the time
when
skip
you're
machine?
inside, that's your normal time, and the people outside are being slowed down.
Yes.
This was a productive conversation. I'm so happy.
We already hashed out the relativity of it already. We were getting confused earlier. But
Yeah.
that and Dragon Ball Z in general, with their time skips, were probably some of the most well done because it's like, okay, here's Gohan as a 3-year-old. Okay, here's Gohan as not a toddler but a young child. Here's Gohan as a preteen. Here's Gohan as a teenager, and here's Gohan as an adult. Dragon Ball Z is essentially the life and times of Gohan.
All right, real quick, I want to give you guys the Merriam-Webster definition of hyperbolic. Of
You know what?
relating to or marked by language that exaggerates or overstates
doing
the
this.
truth.
We're doing
So it's exaggerating time.
Yep. That's
So that it
exactly
makes
what it
sense. Yeah, it's just
So
like
you know
speeds up
what's
time for
stupid?
those inside.
So the medical part of me in my brain, I'm glad I was saying it right now, but I'm pretty sure in the past I've called it hyperbaric, which is like the machine that pushes oxygen into your tissues. I'm pretty sure I've called it that before in the past. I would bet money that I've done that.
We've come a long
And
way, guys. In our
Oh,
thousands
boy.
of podcasts, we've been.
I'm pretty sure I've done that before.
So I do want to say, when it comes down to time skips, right? There's like the level of it being a way to progress through the story, but also it's a reward sometimes for the viewer, right? Like
Oh yeah.
when you get to see some of your favorite characters grow up and like be badasses and shit, like it's pretty cool. But then sometimes there are downfalls to such things, such as Saiyan Man, and that shit's triggering. So like
fucking
it's
old man
hard.
Vegeta.
So like when we think time skip, I think like Nick's favorite time skip character, a result of a time skip character would be like what's his face from Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, Simon.
Even
Yeah.
though he's still trash.
You haven't watched it yet. You can't
Kamina
say shit.
is the best. Simone
He
is
goes
a trash.
Pass. Would you? All right. So here's the thing. Deku, we all know, will become better than goddamn All Might.
Are you sure?
Facts.
Yes. Yes. Tell me, is it not amazing to see him grow as a person from this scrawny little piece of shit to just the greatest #1 hero in the world? It is, right?
Irrelevant. No time skip.
No?
Yeah, exactly.
Irrelevant. No time
Not
skip.
yet.
just gonna
Not
say
yet.
that.
Not
It's
yet.
not gonna happen.
You won't see a time skip for a long time. I haven't even seen a time skip in the manga.
Oh. Okay.
They would never time skip, only because it's school
I thought they
related.
hinted at it. I thought they hinted at it.
It's a school anime, like Loha said. We're probably gonna get
Never mind.
3-year span of
Yep.
them as superheroes, and then maybe Deku saving the world as like an actual hero later.
The only time that I think
After a time skip.
if there was like some like crazy fucking supervillain that like fucks up time or some shit, as like fucking time wizard. Hello. Fucking. Fucking flip a coin 3 times. Do you get
Just in
head?
time.
All right. Here's your fucking baby dragon.
You make a good point though. Like I feel like when it comes down to it, isn't shonen time skips probably the most rewarding?
Oh yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So like when I think of time skips, I guess Naruto is probably gonna be a default no matter what. I
Boruto's
can't
dad.
really, huh?
Boruto's dad.
Naruto's dad. So for me, I'm not sure about you guys, but like when I first watched Naruto early on, I was like, this shit's weak. And then like what was it, the Chunin exams, and I was like, oh, she's
That's why I
actually
stopped.
cool for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because he was trash. He was like legitimately trash. That's why everybody hated his ass.
It was just cool to see the other fights, if anything. And
Yeah.
then time skip and like all the shit with Jiraiya and stuff.
Mhm.
Now he's an interesting character.
Yeah. I like for sure it was building him to be underdog, like super annoying underdog that everybody kind of hates but kind of wants to love him anyway, but he's still annoying. And then he just wants to make friends with people and be the best that he can be, and then that's what happened. And then it's like, hey, fuck you guys, all right? I'm cool, but I'm still lame.
I
'Cause
can't
wear
think of
fair
any
orange.
other shonen time skips right now. For some odd reason, I know that there are plenty. I just can't think of one right now.
Bleach didn't have any.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
When?
They did the after the Eisen arc. There was a time skip for
I thought it was
from
only a
that.
couple of months.
It was some time. I don't know how
Was it?
long, but yeah, it was
I
some
thought it was
time.
only like a
A
semester.
time skip isn't just a year. Like time skip could be like months, just like you said.
Yeah, but I mean, was it months? I thought it was like just like, oh yeah, this is like the new school semester.
I don't know. I know that it's been a
I don't
while.
know.
He didn't have his powers. He didn't know how to act. He's like, oh man, I ain't got my powers.
I thought he
Orihime,
didn't
I know
know-
you're
I
hot
thought
and
he
all, but I
didn't-
just can't deal. You know.
I thought he couldn't because he was in the real world. I thought that was their explanation for nerfing them again.
No.
No,
He just
I don't
lost his
remember
power.
Bleach.
He used like whatever it was to
I
fight
forgot, I
Aizen.
forgot.
Yeah, he like lost his fucking soul.
Oh yeah, he did the
So,
qualification
man.
thingy.
Soul Reaper.
So let's see. Bleach had one. Black Clover hasn't had one yet, has it?
Yeah, Black Clover doesn't matter.
Savage.
Yeah, it really
Jeez.
doesn't.
Jeez, Ken.
Facts.
I have to get back to it.
Oh, Twin Star Exorcist had one. That one
Oh,
doesn't
it
matter
did.
either very much, but yeah.
It was
Yeah. Yeah.
I
can't
don't
watch that
remember. I got like 3/4 of the way. I'm not caught up on that one.
It was a
Oh.
cop out time skip
Yep.
because they wanted to
that's a
further
bummer.
the development of the relationship.
it was legitimately. We'll see you guys in 3 years. Time skip 3 years later. Hey
Oh,
guys.
that's lame. Oh, that's lame. I'm so sorry to hear
That's
that.
that's literally what happened.
But I can
I'm looking
respect
through my queue.
I can respect anime that do it like right in the beginning. Because if you're gonna do that, like set like a year limit, whatever, like oh yeah, see you in 3 years, blah, 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 like that's fine. If you're setting that, you're saying that right in the beginning, so that me as the viewer, I'm like, okay, there is gonna be a time skip. I just know what's gonna happen. Versus middle of the fucking season, hey, we're just gonna randomly drop this
It's
shit
like,
on
did I
you,
fucking miss
and we're not
something?
gonna make it at all interesting enough to say this is a significant time skip.
You know what anime started with a time skip? Steins Gate Zero. But I mean, then again, it
Yes.
is a continuation of a previous series.
It was like.
I was gonna say, would you count that? Because that's like counting Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I mean, it was a. Oh yeah, true.
This
But
is
I
like
mean,
3
still, it's
years.
a significant like time jump.
No, it is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, it's like
Eh.
Naruto to Shippuden, you know?
Yeah, because it was what it's a full year, and then it's like the end of the year, and then Steins Gate's the beginning of the year. Yeah.
It's pretty much the whole year.
Yeah, it's basically a calendar year, which is pretty cool. Like honestly, Steins Gate Zero. If you guys have watched Steins Gate, go ahead and watch Steins Gate Zero. It's really entertaining.
Wait,
It's
did
a
you say
unique show.
if you haven't watched Steins Gate, watch Steins Gate?
No, if
Zero?
you have seen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Because
one.
I don't want anyone starting on Steins Gate Zero before watching the original.
So-
Yeah, like if you
yeah,
haven't watched
I wouldn't
Steins
either.
Gate 1, watch Steins Gate 0. You're not missing anything at all. The characters are like completely new to you no matter what.
You're
It's gonna be a
missing
great
so
experience.
much.
You're gonna have no
You'll get
emotional
any of
attachment to any of
those.
these characters, but it's fine. Then you won't
It's
cry
gonna
like
be
a little
great.
bitch. It's
You,
fine.
you won't understand at all why this guy is fucking crying while talking to his cell phone. You're just gonna
You
think he's
won't
a complete
understand
fucking
why
idiot.
they're saying Daga Otokoda,
The fuck you just said?
What?
but he's a guy.
Yeah,
What?
he's a dude.
So a good
That's one of my favorite scenes in the English version.
a good example of time skips as plot devices is your name. You know why? Because the whole fucking anime is literally a time skip between two
Yeah.
different characters communicating between each other. And then there is an actual time skip in the movie halfway through. There is a real time skip, and there are fake time skips throughout the whole fucking movie.
What?
Time skip before the time skip!
For real,
Couldn't have
if
said
we're
that
talking
better.
about movies, let's talk about the better movie, A Silent Voice. There was a
Yeah,
nice hefty time skip in there, and
the manga is better though with
I
that
know.
time skip.
I
It's
know.
so much better with that time skip.
Here we are, Mister 15%, 15 percentile. The manga's better.
No, in that one it is for that reason. Like the anime
No.
is good, it's great. But
it still does executes it pretty well. I haven't read it yet, but I thought that was a pretty well executed time skip.
dude, just like I'm pretty
The contrast
sure.
between pre and post time skip is pretty big, and it's literally like you can see the difference that has been made on his life.
Okay. Just read it. Just read it.
Oh shit!
So, for audio listeners / people watching this after the fact, you might have noticed like
Oh
Lohan
my
just for some
God.
reason randomly broke out laughing. That's because I can't remember our fucking robot commands and started spamming random commands.
You fucking
Holy
shitter.
shit.
I forgot we didn't put the percent. I thought we put the ampersand.
Why would we put? That's too much work. Just put 15.
But what if we want to check for a wild card for 1-5 something? Mark,
Oh.
put an ampersand wild card functionality in that.
No,
Oh.
no.
Okay. Time to skip to when we actually have that functionality.
No,
I mean, it is 20 years
no,
later.
we're not doing that.
20 years later.
No more time skips. We're done.
Yeah, that's exactly why Nick forgot it, because it's 20 years later.
No, yeah.
See,
'Cause I'm the seventh Nick. The other six.
There
probably
actually
didn't
is an anime other than Steins Gate this season that has a time skip. Tokyo Guru A. Not Ru A, whoa. Re. Tokyo Ghoul Re. It is a 2-year time skip. And it makes total sense why it's a 2-year time skip, because Kaneki pretty much lost his memory and became a dove. And now he's was it Sasaki Heisei? That's his name.
Is it? I forgot. It's on Hulu, right?
Yes, it is on Hulu and it is on Funimation. It is not on Verve, nor is it
Which
on
is
Crunchyroll.
fucking confusing. I got stupid
Legal
Hulu, but not myself
obligations, understandable. That's the only reason. They had contractual obligations with Hulu that they would only do it on Hulu and Funimation in the U.S. Outside of the U.S., it's actually on Crunchyroll. Silly, I know,
that.
but that's a pretty interesting time skip. Mostly because it is a whole new view in the story, because you're seeing the dove's perspective versus like Inteku and the Aogiri tree. So it's very interesting. Even though some people hate
monsters that they
Tokyo
seem
Ghoul.
to be,
Huh?
or the ghouls are portrayed as the monsters the rest of society sees them to be.
Yep.
Rather
The thing
than
too is that they're in
people
this
wear
weird
cute
bubble.
masks.
They're in this weird bubble because they're half ghouls. Like his unit is a bunch of half ghouls.
What?
So even doves hate them.
So wait, so everyone knows he's a half ghoul?
Yeah. He's a part of a special unit that they made of half ghouls.
Oh, that's fucking awful. Wow. I'm gonna watch this shit now. No, I haven't watched it because it's on Hulu.
Yeah, you should watch it on Hulu and not on any pirated websites or
No, of course
torrenting, because that's not what we do at Black Neo Otaku Gamers. We at Black Neo Otaku Gamers only watch things legally on Crunchyroll, Funimation, Netflix.
No, we just turn on our black and yellow side and actually do things the way we want. So
Holy shit!
yeah,
So the
What?
afro comes out.
I mean, yeah.
Is there any other time skips you guys think about? Because one thing that kept me brought up was Rurouni Kenshin. Everyone's like, Rurouni Kenshin has like one of the best time skips. I'm like, when? I don't remember a time skip.
So
They're
I
like-
remember there was one for like a couple of years. I think it was a Tokyo arc where it's after Bandage Guy burns down
Oh, okay.
ship.
Because everyone's
First
like,
time.
yo, Yahiko's such a boss now
I
because he's
did
older.
not think it was.
Yeah, it was like 2 years, right? Huh?
Yeah, it wasn't much. Yeah, it wasn't much.
Hmm.
And I mean, again, this
Feel like
happened.
I
This is
didn't
like a decade ago. I mean, I caught bits and pieces off of Adult Swim.
I finished at Bandage Guy
Yeah.
It's just been a really
There
long
was
time.
more after
anyway,
that?
so.
Yeah, no, I think he burns down part of Tokyo.
I think there was like a story or something, like another, like, oh, is it the OVAs? Am I thinking of the OVAs? No,
I think it might
OVAs
be
are
OVA.
before.
No, I don't remember.
OVAs are before.
Correct us if we're wrong. I haven't watched Rurouni Kenshin in like
Mindy,
10
help!
years. Mindy Aloha researching.
I am trying. I ain't getting shit though.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
come
I
across that
tried
one
to
later.
search it myself, but I did not see it. Yeah, and the
So
manga's still
ignore the
going.
fact that I'm doing a
I believe.
Macarena thing right now.
All right, do you, man?
Yeah.
I guess.
The manga goes way further. Anime ends at Bandage Guy. Okay.
Cool.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they're referring to the manga and like saying the best time skip, and I'm like, all right,
Well, that
I
makes
get
sense.
it, but whatever. You know what
Um,
sucks for me? I'm just gonna say this, and this is gonna be the only time you will ever see me bash Detective Conan. Okay. It is unrealistic that we are at almost 1,000 episodes, and he is still the age that he is, and there is no sign and change in even year. My only gripe with the show. That is a problem.
Just like
Like-
Pokemon.
Like, dude, I understand you're
Ash being forever
younger,
dead.
you are shrunk, but it's just like, dude, the kids aren't growing, you're not growing. I'm like, what the fuck? What the
It's a
fuck?
mystery, Kenny.
Oh my god. I would appreciate it more if they time skipped as like teens or something. But at the same time, I don't really care enough because the
But then he'd be
series
a
itself
teenage
is so
detective, not
good.
Child detective.
I hate you.
I know.
But
I
it's
can only
the
get
same.
you back so often.
It's the
Time
same
props.
thing as Lupin the Third, right? Because Lupin the Third just kind of doesn't change much.
Oh, that's different. I think.
No,
that's better.
I'm saying like change over time. Like there's not like time skips or anything. It's literally
Oh,
the same
yeah.
time frame all the time. And
Which
they're
is
like,
weird because they modernized it from like the '70s era to like modern era with hackers voiced by Best Girl.
Yeah, and she's not in it anymore.
Said that now.
Yeah, so I don't even want to watch the new episode because
Yeah,
like
well,
they finished
I was
the
gonna
arc
say,
with
I don't want to
her.
watch it anymore.
It was so good too. It was a really good arc.
Who is Best Girl?
The girl that voices Ram
voices Ram.
Inori
Oh, okay.
Minase, she
can't
was
remember her name.
inside of. She was in Lupin the Third as a hacker girl, and it was cool.
She's inside of Lupin the Third.
Yeah, no, it was the other way around. Lupin the Third was inside of her, but it didn't actually happen on screen. I just figured that would probably happen.
It's head canon. It's the Kenny head canon.
You know.
All right, so one thing that I like is what about reverse time skips? What about time loops? Like the Endless Eight mark? Like, I can't believe.
Why,
No,
why is he like
because
this?
time skips as
We
a
need
plot.
to-
No,
We need to remove Nick from the podcast.
I wanted to ask you guys this. Time skips is a plot device. What about time loops?
What are you getting at?
I'm gonna let
Like, what are
Mark handle
scenarios of
this.
time loops?
You got this, Mark.
That was the worst case scenario.
Literally, I came back to Nick saying the exact same thing he said when I walked away.
So, Mark,
Minus the Endless Eight part.
what about the opposite of time skips? What about time loops, like the Endless Eight?
Are you on a loop? Cause you know.
I was hoping Mark would walk up and get away. I want to see how often this would happen.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Time loops are good if they actually do things differently.
Stargate.
Unlike
yes.
unlike freaking Endless Eight, where the only things that changed were like the clothes they were wearing.
Good example.
Because-
ReZero
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Erase.
Yeah.
Or erase.
Yeah. It's scenarios like that where it's them going back over and over again in the I can't remember. It's not Oedipus? Not Oedipus. Sisyphus, where they're like trapped, redoing the same thing over and over again.
You're doing your
so that's
sister
the
over
dude
and
that-
over again?
No,
Come on, man.
Sisyphus.
Mother.
No, Oedipus is the mother.
Ah, right. Yeah,
Sisyphus
Oedipus.
is the guy who has to push the
Oedipus
boulder
complex.
up the mountain. forever.
Insert family member. You were doing
Yeah.
insert family member.
Yes.
You were
But
inserting
no,
in your family member?
a big order. What?
Stop.
That doesn't trigger me, so I don't care.
Uh, Yeah, honestly. No, yeah, because on that same token, like I always enjoy time travel-y stuff. Like, fuck it, I don't give a shit about people who haven't read it yet. Magical Girl of the Apocalypse. There's
I
this
don't care about that shit.
time skip stuff in that, and it's really well done. Honestly, like when this topic came up in our discussion, that was something that popped in my mind because I just read it, and it's really well done. Time travel where you see the characters from the like modern day arc, and then in the future without having the original interaction. So like one dude is a complete fucking douchebag to everyone. One character is like one of the shipping pairs is together in the future, and in the past versions they weren't together because of craziness. So it's really kind of cool to see. It's like, oh, this is us 20 years in the future, and this is how we're interacting, and then double back to the past, and then when it happens concurrently, it's really interesting. I'm hoping.
I've read up to that part.
Huh?
I don't think I've read up to that part. Now I want to.
What? Have you not?
I
Do you know where they come
don't-
from?
I didn't read that much.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. I thought you did.
No, but I want to.
It's good.
I want to go back and read it now.
Spoilers.
It's spoiled. Yes, it's really good.
The
Like,
last thing
dude-
I remember is like them escaping on a
Oh.
helicopter.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, sorry. No, that is right before amazing like time jump. So it's a lot of time travel. There's a lot of time travel in it.
All right.
I
So
just
there's a
want
lot.
to bring
No,
it.
I'm saying there's a lot to it. Like right after that, no, it's literally right after the helicopter. It's
2 minutes ago when Nick started this conversation, it's like,
Yeah.
you know
I'm
what? Fuck it.
sorry.
I don't care about spoilers. Fuck
And
all
then
no,
it's
no,
not
no,
a
no,
spoiler.
Yeah, I thought Mark had read it. No, it's good, dude.
No,
It's
it went
really
on a
good.
weird hiatus, and that's why I stopped.
It did. It really did. It like for the past 24 months, they've released like a chapter every month. So I just like marathon through. So I'm like 24 chapters ahead of Mark because they didn't have any content 2 years ago, and then they've just been releasing it so slowly. It's even worse than Attack on Titan, which I bring up for absolutely no reason in the conversation.
I do want to say, I just thought of another time skip. And to be honest, this is the only reason why this anime is even worth talking about. Not the anime series itself, but this season. Psychopaths 2 is like hard to watch. But the initial time skip is very rewarding in my mind. You know, because like you're getting Inspector, I forgot what his name is.
I can't remember her name.
But the guy that was the inspector in the first season, who
and then became
he then becomes one of the interrogators. I forgot what his name is. The enforcers, yeah. He becomes one of the enforcers, just like his father, and he is like a badass now, and it is super cool.
It's really cool. Even the inspector, where she's like, you can tell she's grizzled from all of her past experiences, but she still has like that shining lawful good trend. She's like, yo, don't treat them like shit. They're fucking human beings. But on that same note, remember you can kill them at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Like, fucking kill them if you have to. But
And
treat them like human beings.
And it was what the season 2 accomplished was the transition into the movie. It really brought those crucial points and brought it into the movie, and the end result was a great movie.
I was about to say something stupid. I forgot that the movie came after the second season. I thought.
Dude, one of the best parts of the movie is like one of the end scenes where,
with the dude.
he's fighting with the inspector guy, and then he's like, he just decks him, and he's like, "I owed you that. Now get out of here."
Yeah.
You know, like
I thought that whole thing was just really kick ass. Like that whole movie was actually one of my favorite anime.
Yep, Psychopaths Broken English Simulator. Make sure you go watch that.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Gino. By the way. There you go. If you want Broken English Simulator on the note of this season, Steins Gate, always a good time for the Broken English.
There's nothing wrong with that one, man. It's such a great time.
I am mad scientist.
You son of a bitch.
I am so cool. Son of a bitch.
So,
I want to cosplay as him so badly and just walk around saying that to people.
Are there any animes you think should have had a time skip, or you think would bring more like I think I would have loved, and this is me personally. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not. Kisniver. If we got more of that story in some capacity, I would love the shit out of that. And I think a time skip would have been great for it. I just don't know how they would be able to handle it. But man, that series was too short in my opinion. And I
and it was
grew
2 core too.
heavily invested. No, it was not. It was one. It was 1 core.
Was it? I felt like it was 2 core. I felt like that I got a lot of good story out of it. I was satisfied with that. A time skip.
I know Mark really wanted Darwin and the Franks to have a time skip.
It kind of did.
Yeah, it was like a month, right?
It was like a month. Yeah, it wasn't much.
But I mean, you can see a difference.
Oh yeah, no, they all had to come to terms with their new lives.
Yeah,
Um,
like that's what time
it
skips
was
are
good.
really for. It's
Yeah.
to have like a significant difference, and to
Yeah.
show like things have changed.
No, I agree. It was just long enough where it justified their reactions that they did to what happened this past time. Oh, you know what, Kenny? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because Joseph
It's
fucking
3,
Joestar.
it's like 3 generations every time.
But out of any time skip, it's just like literally Joseph
Yeah.
for me. Like Joseph is the man, and as he grew older, he is still the man.
Yes, it's great because it's just like he transitions from being this wisecracking New Yorker who knows exactly what you're about to say next, and then jumps into, oh no, oh my god! It's like the greatest reactions ever.
He is great, and I can't think of anyone else that like has left such an impact on me as a protagonist. It's been a long time, so that's the only reason why I really kept with it. I am still like towards the end of season 3.
Surface Crusades.
Yes.
Yeah, where then
I'm on
Egypt?
Battle of Egypt right now. I'm halfway through
Oh
it.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I'm almost done with it, going into the 4th season. So I will get to it eventually, but that's like what pushed me that far, because like the first few episodes with Jonathan is like okay, but Joseph Joestar is literally what like kicks it up a notch, 100%.
Oh yeah, like even just off the bat where he seems like he's like the clone of his grandfather, and it's like, here's my tactic for handling this scenario: run away. Just fucking like turns around, starts sprinting in the opposite direction.
I couldn't, and it's not even just him either. Like it's literally everyone in that storyline, right? Like Lisa's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fucking.
I forgot what the other
Nazi,
guy's
I can't
name
remember
is.
his name. I always reference him. I can never remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I remember seeing him and immediately think, oh, it's Dio. And he wasn't. But, you know, I immediately thought it was him. But any other, like, time skips you guys think about that you wish happened that could, like, really better a plot of an anime?
Kenny.
What?
Remember this one show called Just Because?
Yep.
A time skip would have given it closure. It's still a loose thread, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Do you think that not just a time skip, but 2 cores would have done it justice? Like I feel like it's like if they went like what is that? Golden Time, right? Golden Time was good. And in my head, I think Golden Time and Just Because could have been very similar because they're both like college-ish versus high school. And I feel like if they transitioned the second core into like college, there was some other bullshit going on, I probably would have liked it a lot more.
True.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just, about everybody being pussies.
damn pussies. Fuck them.
Grow some balls.
That didn't happen. We're just gonna move forward.
Christ.
None of that. Didn't hear a thing.
Nope.
What?
Also, another reason why I really like the Naruto time skip is like that. That's a cool ass like piece of work right here. You know, even though it's like nothing fancy or anything, but it's just like, man, you get to see where they came from. Like, look at Naruto being a little punk bitch to like Hokage,
Sasuke became a
and then you got Sasuke still
Being a
being an
little
emo
punk
little bitch to like an older bitch, and then you got like Sakura.
Dude, he became a
Sakura.
vampire. That's like literally like Count Dracula.
Sakura,
Oh, yeah, he
she
looks like a fucking vampire.
she made her goal. You know, she got with the fucking idiot. So you know, like
Fucking idiot.
you got to see it happen in Unravel. Can't really beat
Not
that.
sure if I just heard gunshots outside my house or not.
It's fireworks.
Yeah.
Why?
On May 9th. It's Piccolo
No.
Day. For those of you
No.
who are watching, it's Piccolo Day.
It's not Father's Day.
It's almost Mother's Day, in fact.
Yeah,
Piccolo's
it
the
is
mom.
almost Mother's
Got him.
Day. On Sunday, May 13th,
I just it's
wish
funny.
your mothers a happy Mother's Day using our code at some sort of random thing.
One of
I can't even
my
make something up at this
I
point.
was talking to my one of my managers about Parasite today, and he mentioned the mother's death, and I was just like, oh, I forgot about that. That was like they like I knew it was gonna happen, but it still like hurt, you know, when it happened. You guys watch Parasite? Do you all watch Parasite? Am I spoiling shit for you guys?
We all watched
Spoil
it.
it all for me.
Okay.
Just now.
Well, so
Fuck you, Kenny.
so with the mother, the reason why I knew she was gonna die, and this is a fucked up reason to know, I was just like, yo, this voice actor is trash. So they got some really cheap voice actor and said, we're gonna make it work. That's literally the one way I looked at it.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
terrible,
god.
Ken.
That's a clickbait title right there. Holy
Yeah.
shit. This voice actor's trash. Get rid of him.
It's true though. That voice actor is trash. Whenever I see a trash voice actor, that character has a low life expectancy, and it's just
Holy
He's not wrong.
shit.
That's very accurate. It's not wrong at all.
Yeah, you
I
know,
could write
fucking what's his
a
face is dying
45
right
page paper on this.
Do it.
Document it.
What was that? What was that one Reddit post where this guy's like, oh, he wrote like a 52-page like essay about
Why your
like,
wife
high
would say.
school DxD. What was it?
Oh.
Yes,
someone
I
wrote-
seen what
wrote
Nick
that
said.
Why your wife?
Yeah.
I think
why
that's what
why
he
your
said.
wife? Yeah, and then like the top comment is like almost as voted as that. It's like, yeah, if you were trying to convince people that you're not insane, writing a 52-page essay on borderline hentai isn't a good way to go about
Holy
it.
shit.
Mhm.
I just thought about it. One that I actually really like, one of my favorite anime films, and people are probably gonna shit on me for saying it.
So
One of my
hentai?
favorite anime films is wow, the Digimon
I think it was something
movie.
that almost hentai.
I really like the Digimon movie a lot. I thought it was great.
Oh yeah. I still need to catch up on those. I'm
Which
behind.
one? Where they go to the real world?
So for
Wait,
me,
what?
the first
Don't try.
Digimon movie that I'm talking about. It's the first
Did I
one.
have a fucking stroke right there?
So
What the fuck just what?
can I get my thought out? You bitch.
Sorry,
No.
continue.
Nick's dumb.
So with with Digimon, the cool thing was that it was different times in which like different generations all in one movie. And I don't know why I thought that was so cool because they're all connected in some way. So like the whole battle with this Digimon that's in the internet. It was kind of a weird plot, but it was cool. But yeah, like all of that led up to something else.
The
Which
transition
then-
movie.
When the
Yeah.
fuck did this movie come out?
Nick, it's the movie that
90s.
came out between the first season and the second season.
Yeah, where they go to the real world.
They were able to go to the real world in the series.
So they are in the real world.
Oh,
They're in the real world, right? And
fucking
the first story, if I remember correctly, is I could be wrong. I could be really wrong. I'm just not gonna say this is the first story. I know there's a story with Tai and Kari right in the beginning with when they first meet Greymon when they're really little, which is weird. And there's another story where they have to fight a Digimon in the internet, and that's when they make War Greymon and like bring the other thing, and they make
To
the
Omnimon.
Omnimon.
I remember this. Yeah, and then when they get back to the digital world, it was like 100 years or some shit. Like the 30 minutes they were out was like 100 years or something, and then the 4 master class Digimon are around, right?
What?
What the fuck are you talking
What are
about?
you talking
Fuck
about?
I'm trying to remember shit from like 20
Hold
fucking
on.
years
Nick,
ago.
Nick,
on.
Nick, you're talking about the end of season 1, which happened before this movie came out.
Hold on. I got the fucking wiki up of all the goddamn Jesus Christ.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
This is why
Alright,
we hire Lola.
so
Lola
the
is our
first-
staff.
He's not getting
fucking
paid.
funder.
Okay, so the first movie is
I'd
exactly
say
what
we
Kenny was
pay
talking
him.
about. It's when Ty and his sister Kari was like, "Oh my God, it's Greymon," and then that was what happened? Yeah, and then that's why they were chosen, because they saw them fighting when they were little kids. And then the second story, a few months after the battle against Apocalypse, that's a
The
fucking
bottle.
great name. uh, what? Oh, this is the computer virus run.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And then another
this
one
was-
is with Kari and some other guy.
Kari.
I think it's Kari and TK. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you got it. Look at this
Kari
guy.
and
Holy
TK,
fuck.
and they meet this other guy who has another Digimon, and they're trying to protect him from some other Digimons trying to chase them or some shit like that.
Willis.
on
His
YouTube.
name's fucking Willis. Are you joking me, bro?
Willis. I think
Isn't
that's
that-
how they roped him into the story. 'Cause
Willis
he was in the
Gonzalez
movie.
guy from the second season? No, it's David. Never mind.
What you're just fucking saying? I swear to Christ, you're just making shit up to fuck with me.
No,
Okay, it's
was
working.
legit.
As a
the
kid,
Willis Gonzalez guy
someone
from second
chime
season is
in.
named Davis.
No,
As a,
no, someone chime in because they all had Japanese as fuck names.
as a kid, Willis was given 2 twin Digimon, a Gummimon and a Kokomon. Why? Hello? But one day, Kokomon mysteriously disappeared without a trace, returning later as the ruthless Wendigomon. Alright. Let's go.
All right.
Oh,
I
remember
forgot
this guy.
why.
Yeah, I remember this guy now. Yeah, okay.
We are all having a stroke at the same time. Let's get on the same page.
Oh, shit.
I don't understand the world right now. I don't remember any of
Win
this.
Dingo
I
man.
swear to Christ, you guys are just fucking with
It's the
me.
funniest thing to me.
I'm convinced you guys are just fucking with me, and you have been for the past 10 minutes.
Oh,
There's nothing
Like
wrong
I'm
with that.
waiting for the compilation where it's like, yeah, no, watch us just make up random fucking Digimon.
No,
We're
I
just
not.
gonna
know.
take random
Would not.
words, add Mon to the end of it, and make up some bullshit fucking Digimon plot to fuck with Nick.
No, but
No.
the movie literally ends with all of the Digimon that they faced, right? All these Digimon, they came together and they made all Digimon, and then they all fought together with. I'm sorry. That's the only fake thing we said. That's the only fake thing we said. It's literally the only fake thing we said.
I'm
Alright.
about to like crawl into the corner and start crying while singing the Kids in America song.
We're the kids in America.
Whoa.
Oh, like I'm just gonna be crying in the corner for like the next.
See,
6
you remember
hours.
that part, but you don't remember the Digimon? Come on.
No, I don't remember anything.
You
What
remember
the
the
fuck
song.
happened to my childhood? Like I don't remember any of this. Zero
You know,
of it.
Nick, you're the type of guy that didn't cry when Ash turned to stone.
No, I actually didn't.
I knew it.
Wait, no. Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna,
Ashley
we're
did
gonna
that.
end on that note. So, welcome to the Black and Yellow Type
Dial
Gamers
Sorrow,
podcast. Really
Maybe
appreciate
I'm a sociopath.
really appreciate that you guys came through to hang out with us. We are here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So come hang out. We talk anime, video games, and sometimes game on here. Fridays we usually do streams where we rotate out. So make sure you come through. And
This Friday, it's me.
it's Nickelodeon. Sure. I'm not gonna say short for Nick because that's not true. So we are also on YouTube. We're on Apple, iTunes podcast,
Google
whatever the fuck
Play.
it's called, Google Play, and SoundCloud. all the good shit. So if you need some more helpings of Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers, or BAYOG for short, you know where to find us. Also, make sure to go to our blog, blackandyellowotakugamers.com. We talk about anime and shit. And also, we're cool.
Yeah.
So I just googled Myodasmon. The very fucking thing that pops up, Myodasmon fanfiction. No, thank you. I'm done.
All right, I hate to say this, but Nick like completely lagged the fuck out. We're gonna end it here. You guys have a good night. Later.
Bye.